Hello, Jane Fays here from Sydney, Australia. Just another video in our series on image transfer using your own photos printed off on a laser printer. So this is a bridge in Manchester in the UK, and which I have printed in black and white and really increase the contrast. So you'll see the blacks are solid black, and then it gets to some of the highlights and the whites are just really white. So that's what's required in a suitable photo and laser print of your photo and for gel printing. And I go into some more details about laser prints in previous videos, so I won't go into that detail here. What I'm going to do is print this photo onto my gel plate, and then I'm going to add a little bit of text, hopefully, in one of these corners, because that will be a big white space. And so I've got some lettering that I've got out of a magazine that I'll hopefully put into that space there. So let's see how we go. Let's start with the black on our gel plate, the acrylic paint, which I'm using, and just brayering that on evenly. It's important to get rid of those brayer lines, and it's important to get a good even thickness of acrylic paint there. So just going over that nice and lightly there, and I'll put it up the right way for you. Sorry about the bumps. Don't leave it on too long with the image. And there we go. It's turned out quite nicely. We're going to pull this one onto some watercolor paper. That's just a 220 gram watercolor paper. That's just because I like the size of it, and it's a good weight. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to speed it up for the sake of the video with a hairdryer, but I'll often speed it up. And as I always say, just go carefully with your hairdryer, not too hot. You don't want to melt your gel plate. So excuse the noise. Just keep your hands close to it so that you're actually aware of, if the setting has changed on your hairdryer. You're really keeping an eye on how hot it's getting. So as I said, I knew that there'd be some space here, and I actually have some text out of a magazine. Just grabbing my scissors. And so what I'm going to do is try and put a little bit of black paint here and just pull those words. So let's see how we go with that. I'm just cutting out the text because I don't want to interfere with what's already there. I don't want to have to, so I don't know whether you can see that. I've cut out just the text. I'll leave a bit more at this end so that I've got a little bit of room to move. Now the trick is to work out which way the wording should go. Once, I think it'll need to go that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of black acrylic in this corner, and we're just going to put that down and pull it off and hope for the best. Won't need much in that little corner. And I'll swap to a smaller brayer. I've got a little 2-inch here. It looks a little bit damp. Very important Very important to have a dry brayer. That'll probably be quite a bit too much paint there. We've got enough. That's looking all right. And the trick is to burnish it down without getting your fingerprints into it. Let's see how we go. Nice. Okay, so we've got a choice here. Do we want to leave? I think we might leave those black bits. I could take them off, but it is a bit of a unique look of gel printing, really. So I'm actually going to leave those there. And again, I'm just going to get the hairdryer onto it. So you'll notice, or you may not have noticed, but the board that I keep my gel plate on is the same size, the same cardstock that I'm going to pull it on. That gives me a guide when I lay down my cardboard to make sure I've got a nice even straight border around it. And you'll notice that it's off center because it's designed to be for portrait at the moment. So what I'll end up doing is probably just trim off the bottom bit. But I think that's probably ready to put my next layer on. And because I'm now going onto cardboard, not onto tissue, I'm actually going to use the Liquitex transparent mixing white and hopefully pulling it beautifully onto our cardboard. And I do have a nice clean brayer. Those should be put in the water bin. Okay. So I like the transparent white because it gets quite lost on the cardboard. It's not a opaque white. It doesn't impose itself on the print. I'm just going to make it nice and even all over. I think that's looking pretty good. Clean off the brayer and we'll just lay that down. Apologies for the bumps, and this is going to be a bit boring while you're looking at a cream bit of cardboard. But I will use the hairdryer again, just really giving it a massage. It's up to you whether you do use the hairdryer. It's quite therapeutic just massaging that cardboard on the back of the gel plate. Here we go, just a bit of the hairdryer. Cardboards, some substrates are more receptive to pull the print than others. So the tissue is very receptive. Some coated stock is very receptive to pulling a beautiful print. Sometimes this watercolor cardboard isn't quite as smooth, and so therefore it may not pull quite so perfectly. But I'm hoping you'll see it when I see it. Let's see how it's looking. Just have a sneak peek under there. I think it seems to be lifting off, so let's pull that up. Oh, nice. It's looking good so far. Oop, sorry about that. quite happy with how that's looking. And wonder how our text went. And gently off, oh, it's a bit bent. There's our print, our combination of my photo from the laser printer, and there's just a little bit of magazine image transfer as well, just to get some text into it. I hope you like it. I do.